All right, you guys. So we got some big news on the Phasmophobia front, and that being that we're going to have more ghost hunters that are going to join us on our adventures. I know. I haven't played Phasmophobia in some time, but the big news is Phasmophobia is finally coming to the Xbox Series XS, the PlayStation 5, and the PlayStation VR 2. Okay. It's only been a year waiting, but we finally are getting it, and we're going to be able to tag team this game with our friends that play on the consoles that don't want to get a PC. So let's get into this. So, real quick before we jump into it, this game was set to launch last year, roughly around this time, but there was a fire at Kinetic Game Studios, which delayed the game indefinitely. So, when it happened last year, they said that they were delaying the game indefinitely and that there was not going to be an actual release date until they were much closer on releasing the game for the consoles because they didn't want to get anybody's hopes up on being able to tag team some ghosts with their buddies that play on the console. Anyways, Phasmophobia is finally coming to the consoles just in time for Halloween. This kind of disappoints me because Phasmophobia will release in early access for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S on October 29th. So we're getting it 2 days roughly before Halloween. The game will include PlayStation VR 2 support and will cost $19.99. Kinect Games announced that it's sold over 20 million copies worldwide. I don't know why that's another key takeaway, but okay, we'll go with that. The cooperative paranormal horror game Phasmophobia will release in early access for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS on October 29th. Since launching first for the PC in 2020, Phasmophobia has amassed an ever-growing fan base of wannabe ghost hunters and has proven to be one of the most beloved horror titles of the last decade. Which, I mean, it has been. It's a really fun game. The reason why I stopped playing it there, probably for the last like 6 to 8 months, is because like they were adding a lot of stuff, but it just wasn't enough to really keep me in the game, if that makes any sense. Developed by British indie studio Kinetic Games, Phasmophobia instantly became a hit with Twitch streamers and YouTubers following its initial PC release in 2020. The horror title, which takes groups of 4 players with investigating hunting haunted properties and has sold over 20 million copies worldwide and was awarded Best Debut Game at the Game Awards in 2020. As Phasmophobia's success continues to grow, the dev team at Kinetic Games has announced that even more players will get a chance to test their ghost hunting skills this Halloween, which actually is a lot of fun because I do have some buddies I really want to play this game with, but I can't. Why? Because they're stuck on a console. They don't want to go out or don't have the means to go out and buy a PC. Phasmophobia will release in early access for the Xbox Series XS and PlayStation 5 with PlayStation VR 2 support on October 29th. The game will retail for $19.99 and will include crossplay on all available platforms, which is nice. So I guess we can technically play. You'll see some of my concerns as we get further into this article. Players can expect 4K visuals and 60 FPS on both platforms, and trophy support will be included at the release. Additionally, the titles will utilize haptic feedback on the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller, which is actually really dope. The one thing that does kind of scare me is I don't want the controller to talk to me. Adding even more terror to the equation. Unfortunately, voice support will not be supported on consoles at launch, and a Nintendo Switch release is not currently on the table. This is the thing, this right here is the thing that kind of worries me, is that there's no voice support. So with that being said, I'm not sure if they're talking like voice support when it comes to in-game chat, voice support when it comes to ghost hunting, like using the voice box to try to, you know, are you there? What's your name? Where are you? Those kind of things. But with that being said, I guess we'll be stuck using Discord potentially to communicate with each other. And also Nintendo Switch, sorry guys, like maybe the Nintendo Switch 2 might get support for it, but definitely not the Nintendo Switch 1. As Phasmophobia releases on console approaches, Kinetic Games has promised to continue supporting the game for as long as possible. I don't blame them. It's your cash cow. You're making good money off of a game that came out, what, coming up on 4 years ago. On top of that, it's not slowing down. It's a great, great indie title. This year's highly anticipated Halloween event, titled The Blood Moon, is due to begin for the PC players on October 28th and console users on October 29th. I wonder why it's going to be on October 29th. It's because it's launch day, baby. And will feature unique challenges across Point Hope, Edgefield, Willow, and Grafton Farmhouse. While fans can participate in daily tasks as usual, this event marks the first time that rewards will be earned collectively by the community. The event is scheduled to end on November 13th. Let's go. The four-player horror title is a great Halloween game to play with friends and is sure to elicit plenty of screams during the spooky season. Console players stepping into the world of Phasmophobia for the first time can expect to encounter over 20 unique ghosts across 10 different haunted locations, with teamwork being the key to success. With the customizable difficulty options and plenty of unique game modes, even the more easily frightened gamers may want to get this unique title a try. Which I know that they said 10. The one thing is last time I did play it, 10 unique haunted locations. Some of the locations are freaking massive, and they give you options to actually make them smaller or larger, which is a very, very good update. 20 unique ghost types. I think there was like half of that when I first started playing back in 2020. And the teamwork option is highly underrated. It is extremely necessary to freaking win and be able to get the wins in these games. Like, look how creepy this is. You get the Ouija board. Don't forget to tell it bye. Otherwise, you're going to piss off the ghost. You got your dots. There's something there in the corner. Like, it just... And I think I might actually get back into playing Phasmophobia. I'm not sure yet, because when I was playing it, I was playing it a lot on Twitch before I came over to YouTube. So we'll have to see. I know for a while there, I did play it on TikTok for a little bit, but TikTok was like, we're warning you. Some viewers might find this disturbing. I'm like, well, what's the point in tagging the game as Phasmophobia when you know it's going to be disturbing? Like, why even, like... Anyways, let's go full screen, you guys. Closing thoughts. My closing thoughts when it comes to this is I love Phasmophobia. It's a great game. It's a really fun game. And then on top of that, there's a whole bunch of games that followed suit to really try to capture the magic of Phasmophobia when it first came out, such as Demonologist, and I think it's Forsaken, or whatever. But Phasmophobia was the original one that did it. And I'm just happy to see that it's finally coming over to the Xbox and the PlayStation so that we can play with our friends. Like I said, my only concern that I saw reading through the article is that the voice channels aren't really, is it voice chat between individuals? Is it actually being able to use the equipment to, like, if I have somebody on the Xbox that is unable to use a voice box, spirit box actually is what it's called, it's going to kind of like bog down the game a little bit, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. And if you guys want to see me play it, let me know down in the comment section below. Anyways, guys, don't forget to mash that like button and subscribe. We're on our way to 10,000 subscribers. We're like 50 away from 10,000 subscribers. That's insane. Y'all have a great and wonderful day. And I can't do this without you guys. Seriously, I'm thankful from the bottom of my heart. Have a great and wonderful day. And I'll catch you later. Bye.